Hey everybody, today it's another video talking about cryptocurrency and how it is performing these days in the actual market. Today I'm going to do it about talking about BTC or Bitcoin, the main one, the head of the big cryptocurrency markets, because I think we are about to face a very important moment in it. I decided to talk about it a little bit. See how it's gonna perform, what we are going to be facing in these days. So we are gonna be seeing a couple of stuff, a couple of things, and how I do what I do to know if it's an interesting point to get in or get out or whatever. So this is the Bitcoin like chart for 1 day average candles. So how I see with this one is that we are gonna be facing, it's just right in the Ichimoku green cloud, and this is a very strong bullish pattern. We have been facing this kind of pattern since ago, 1 and 2 and 3, and another retrace. So I think we are gonna be seeing that if this one began to jump in the same way it happens here, maybe we see a little bit of retracement and then we will start going up again. But definitely, as soon as the RSI we are seeing in a 1 day RSI, it maybe go down in the same way it happened here, in the same way it happened here, a little bit, and stay just bouncing around the Ichimoku cloud, and then go up just a little bit until we are seeing this. We have seen this pattern before. We look for the exponential row one, in which it grows and the Ichimoku gets very far away, and then it retraces a hard one. So I think we are going to be reaching this point by the end of the year, around 8,000, because the growth we have been seeing in the 1 day, it's very linear one. So let's see a couple of interesting stuff. This bullish pattern, well, it confirms in the MACD, the red and the blue lines crosses, and then we are right now seeing a bullish pattern, and that it could be bouncing as well. It's more the RSI, it's just in the middle, so but going up again. So I think we can face as well in the same way it happened here, and then that peaks as soon as the Bitcoin goes up from 60 RSI. This is the RSI, okay? This is the stock RSI and the RSI. Okay, the RSI as well is as soon as it goes up to 70, it became overbought. As soon as it go below 30, it became like oversold. So right now it's just in the middle, in a bullish pattern, going like that. And we switch off the imbalance, and we are just now facing a couple of days of retracement, but it will perform like my bet is that it's going to be doing this kind of stuff, and then maybe it can go a little bit deeper, and then it's gonna go in the same way I have been doing like before, something like that. And if everything goes correct, what we have been seeing is that a pattern like that, in which it's starting to go hyperbolic, and we are about to face the last phase of the hyperbolic one, and maybe even it even goes harder, or maybe it even goes like depend on the news, depend on the events that they can face in the next days. We'll see, but we are about to confirm an hyperbolic movement, and it's gonna be happening around these days, depending on events, depending on news, depending on launching, depending on a couple of stuff. But it's gonna be facing, my bet it's gonna be around. It's gonna be around this point for sure. I will bet around 8,000. Okay, yeah. And if it goes hyperbolic, maybe we can face even something like that. Maybe this is too much, but maybe 11,000 could be on the target. And in this point around here, when this start to happen and reaches around 8,000 or this area of time, if this is if by the time Bitcoin it breaks out of Ichimoku and start going up, we're gonna be seeing something like this zone, and this zone is gonna be where alts are gonna be popping up like crazy, like huge, like trying the people who are trying to get as much profit as possible from Bitcoin are gonna be getting their profits of Bitcoin into alts, and we are gonna be seeing huge pump and dumps. So this is what I think. Let's see what we see in the weekly. The weekly is quite wise and quite important because it confirms the pattern. This pattern is quite useful in all the crypto markets, in which a trend began to stay consolidated. People began to get in, and depending on what happens here, and if the news are good or it's a release or the rumors are confirmed, then it super pops out until something real happened, and then it retraces like that until this point, and then began to bounce until it gets corrected again, and it consolidated again and began the same bull run again from this pattern. So this is my bet, and I expect to happen again. We are gonna be seeing this show we have been seeing during all the time of Bitcoin. At this point was the prediction of a strong bearish market who happened here, and around this point many bad things happened around crypto. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, said it was a fraud. Everyone started to panic around it. China began to ban exchanges, and it began a very bad week in which we almost hit like 3,000, and suddenly in the fucking same day, they hit 3,000. Incredible things happened that day because the same bank, JP Morgan Chase, bought like around 19 $90 million in Bitcoin, and almost every white collar Chinese was buying Bitcoin as well. Why? Because as soon as China banned Bitcoin, they decided to not only buy exchanges, only banned the exchange between Bitcoin and Chinese yuan, because they want to control it. And it was like, oh, what the fuck, what is this? And Chinese people, and began to buy Bitcoin like crazy because they wanted to stay in the market to exchange with other currencies, which are like almost every other currency it's exchangeable with Bitcoin. So I think the series of events that happen with this little bear market we have seen these days, let's see about, okay. In 12 hours we can be seeing this thing something. We're gonna switch the Bollingers. I love the Bollingers because you can see perfectly that the bounces of the how it bounces the Bollinger brands, and when it's completely oversold, it's off even it's off even of the Bollingers. You just have to be buying here because it's gonna go up as like hell. Um, um, we expect what I expect is gonna be what I said. It's gonna be happening something like that. By the time it reaches this point, it's gonna be up higher again, and we if something an event like happens here, it's gonna be popping hard again, resulting in a new all-time high. The new all-time high is gonna be happening again, and say, oh, almost everyone, and then we are gonna be facing like psychological barriers in which people like this is a 5,001, and we are going to be facing like psychological barrier of the 6,000. At this point we mm, we could be facing something like that just before reaching 6,000, a little retracement, and then going up again until it hits. By the time it hits, it's gonna be up a little bit, and then it's gonna be going up again because it's like half of the part in which we have been consolidating, and I expect really hard to reach like the 8,000 barrier. Then at this point, I don't venture into saying anything because we will be, if this happens, we will be going into parabolic, and the parabolic is bet on your own risk, go as high as you think it could be higher. Go. My bet is good. At least if it reaches this point, it's gonna be reaching 11,000. But the retracement as the point it reaches like 11,000, 12,000. It's gonna be enormous. It's gonna be enormous, and in days, it's gonna be happening in days, like big candles, big break candles going that. So, well, this is my point. By the time we reach this point, it's gonna be the perfect moment to get in. The RSI is gonna be something like that. And this point is gonna be going down. It's gonna be the stock RSI. It's gonna be like just well, the stock RSI is gonna be 10 points, and the RSI is gonna be in the middle just for the next bull round. Which more the ATR, which measure like the volatility of the market, it's just perfect to get in. Just shows the consolidation at this point around 4,000. It's rich. So we are going to be seeing another boom like that. So yeah, that's the point. Around 10 of yeah around the 10th of October, 11th of October, it could be a really good point to get in. And then the target should be around 6,000 to sell part of the investment, and the last one to get not so much risk should be 8,000, and if you adventure in the next phase could be 11,000, and then on your own. But well, that's my opinion. So yeah, we are in this channel, we are going to be talking about different coins anytime. If you like about technology, about blockchain, about trading stuff, understanding the different patterns, the different economics around cryptocurrency, why it's going to be the fucking new technology that rules the next phase of the world. What I want you to understand is that we are facing next stage in the internet. We are in the 1990s of the internet, and this thing is gonna go blow out because it's creating a completely new understanding of how businesses around the internet behave. in a completely different way. So if you love this stuff, if you want to learn about it, just stick around and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be facing like different topics around blockchain, not just about trading, but I think it's a very interesting point to invest in Bitcoin. So yeah, just go out, launch your questions, whatever you need. It's going to be a right moment. So have fun.